Hello, happy Monday, and I am Katina Horton, the Love and Freedom Toxic Relationship Recovery Coach. Today we're going to talk about reverse discard, okay? You might think of reverse discard. I thought it was just a discard. Yes, there is a discard cycle. That's the final cycle in the narcissistic abuse cycle, right? The thing about it is a reverse discard. First of all, I want to break down the two words, okay? So when you reverse, that means that you can be backing up. You can turn around and go the opposite direction, right? And then you think about it even with Uno. If somebody throw out their reverse card, it might have been going, the players might have been going, from right to left. Then it reverses, and that means it's going from left to right, okay? So that's another thing, right? And then when you think about you having a jacket or a sweater, if it's reversible, it looks one way on the outside, but on the inside, there's another option, right? There's something different that's going on, right? Because you have the option to wear it on that side, okay? There's something different going on the inside, okay? And so when it comes to discard, that discard means when the narcissistic partner has decided he is going to get rid of you, and there's nothing that you can do about it, right? And hopefully you don't wait all the way until the end, because there's just going to be more PTSD / trauma that's built up is what I want to say, okay? So when it comes to a reverse discard, okay, there's a change in direction of who gets rid of whom, okay? And so what happens is that the narcissistic partner has decided, and this is in a lot of the cases, what happens is too, when you think about it with the reverse, they've decided they don't want all the attention on you. They want all of the attention on themselves, but in a positive light. So what they do is that they sabotage the living arrangements so that you can be the one to put them out. You see what I'm saying? Instead of them leaving voluntarily, like they've already told you, I'm leaving. In 3 months, I'm out of here. I'm leaving the marital residence. You're devastated. You're walking around a languishing state. You might have already started seeing a coach and a therapist or contemplating that idea, right? But they tell you, I'm leaving, I'm out. And you can tell, and it's with arrogance, of course. You've already seen the writing on the wall. You know that there's been evidence of him having a new supply. But when he does the reverse discard, he sabotages the situation so that you have no other choice but to put him out. And when I say he's sabotaging the situation, he is bringing things into the house, personal items, very personal items that belong to the new supply. He's bringing food items. He's bringing just all kind of items belonging to personal and non-personal that belongs to the new supply, and hoping, right, baiting you basically with these items, because he's hoping to start a conversation, and so in turn that you would end up just saying, just get out, right? And a lot of times that's what ends up happening, okay? And so what will happen is this might have started off like on a monthly basis, and as it get closer to the time when he says he's leaving, then it's weekly, and then it's every few days, and then every day, literally, he's sabotaging his living arrangements so you can just put him out. And he does this so that he does not have to take responsibility for his actions. Remember, the narcissist focus on this false sense of self, and they will do anything in order to not take responsibility for their actions. Meaning that once you have to put him out, he's hoping that people ask what happened. He can tell them in turn that you've got a personality disorder or mood disorder or something. He's going to make up some type of pathological excuse for your character, okay? And then he will say that you put him out so he can go into victim mode. Remember, the other side of that bullying, you got the victim mode, and then you got the 3 to 5 year old child. So he wants to go to number 2. He wants to go to victim mode and have everybody to pity him. Now, the thing about the reverse discard is 9 times out of 10, I promise you this, when he is trying to sabotage his living situation, more than likely you are going to have to end up putting him out, because what happens is he's going to ramp it up so that you're going to end up having continual trauma on a daily basis, which is going to turn into PTSD, which will literally lead to can and often will lead to a nervous breakdown. So when you have the reverse discard, it will get to the point of being ramped up so that you have no other choice to do what it is that he's hoping that you would do anyway, if that makes sense. Because he doesn't want to look like the bad guy. Although it was his choice to leave, his choice to end the relationship, he doesn't want to look like the bad guy while he's doing it, if that makes sense, right? And thus, the reverse discard. Now, the closest that we have to a reverse discard is in scripture when Amnon decides to take the advice of his cousin Jonadab and rape his half-sister Tamar. And he violates her, and then she tries to reason with him and let him know that it's better if he at least tries to make an honest person out of her instead of having her live in a situation of desolation, right? To go ahead and marry her, and he doesn't want to do it. She tries to reason with him and say that's worse than her being left in the state she was in. So it's like violation and abuse. She looked at that as being worse than him abandoning her, right? Because you would think you want to get out of that situation, but it's just like this situation here was with Amnon and Tamar was a transitionally supplied, soul-tied, toxic relationship. And remember, those relationships are that the narcissist gets you for supply just to help them to get over a transition, a major transition. And in Amnon's case, he just wanted relief from the lust that was playing in his soul, right? So that was the closest that we can get to a reverse discard, where he tells her, get up and go. And then he tells his servant to bolt the door after her. So he made it look like she was the one that had come on to him and violated him, when in essence it was him violating her. You understand what I'm saying? So with the reverse discard, is basically for the purpose of the narcissist not taking responsibility for a decision that he has decided to make, and in hopes of being able to gain pity, right? And have that victim mentality to take over so people can really grieve with him over the loss of his wife and a partner putting him out, when it's the other way around. And if they've been pretty sloppy about their work, and when I say sloppy, like if they've been kind of flaunting this extramarital or extra partner slash concubine type of situation at their workplace, church, or wherever it is they're going in their neighborhoods and society, people will know anyway. But there's other situations where the person doesn't know and they believe the narcissist, because before it's all done and over with, he's so ramped up things in the sabotage stage that you are just, like I said, you've probably had a nervous breakdown, or you're probably close to having one, and you are the one that looks like a mess because you're responding out of emotions, because your nervous system has been hijacked and on such alert from all of these different things that he's been doing on a daily basis. And 9 times out of 10, he has the side chick involved in the sabotage of calling you and leaving sensual messages, etc. So I hope this is a good explanation of the reverse discard. And if you need some help, go to thevalleyofgrace.com and you can set up a free coaching session. God bless, and until next time.